If you are looking for Kodak, maybe even Fujifilm, the consumer ones, the Kodak Gold, could be Ultramax. You'll have also a few Fuji choices. This is new stock, is not expired. Let me just see the date. It's somewhere there. Let's find it. Here you go, 2021. I'm in 2019, so it's still good for about 2 years from now on. Absolutely good, not expensive. I did pay for this one. Of course, this is going to be Canadian dollars. With tax, $9. So it's 8 plus tax, and this one it's a little bit more expensive, maybe 9 plus tax or so. The store that sells this, perhaps there are other places in Montreal, but I researched on internet, and very few have these pro consumer, the consumer choices. Most of the photographic equipment stores, they sell only the pro, like Kodak, Ektar, Porta, and stuff like this. But if you want this inexpensive and still very good quality, this is the store. It's located on 22 Notre Dame West. It's pretty much downtown, old downtown Montreal, close to Vieux-Port actually. And I guess if you are traveling to Montreal, you can go there and it's really by the Vieux-Port, so perhaps there's another reason they are selling this for tourists. A very nice store, is not big. You do have parking places on the street, you have to pay. But it's a very nice store, and it's only of a very few that still have choices for inexpensive under $10 film, 35 millimeters. By the way, this is a 24 somewhere there. It's 24 exposures. This one too. So if you want to go, they also sell the 3 packs of 24, the 36 as well. It's very convenient, and I was looking first. I was looking for these films in Montreal, and I started to go to the site of LL Ozo, which is perhaps one of the biggest stores. And they don't have this stuff. They just sell the pro consumer, the professional stuffs, professional films, and they don't sell this any longer. And I was really disappointed, but I found this place. I really recommend you this place. They also develop film, and looks like the prices are rather good actually. And they develop the color film. They have the own laboratory in place. The black and white, they're just sending out. You may want to. I'm not sure if I could. Perhaps they have this on their website. I was looking here. This is reimpression if you want just to get the pictures. This is the development. It's depending of what you have for them. But again, check the website. This is the website here, photoservice.ca. A very nice store. I do warmly recommend them, and I really appreciate they sell these consumer grade films. I really recommend you go there and buy, because this will encourage them to continue to sell these films. In Montreal, it's not that, I'm quite sure there are still people shooting film, but it's not exactly that popular. Perhaps in the United States it's much more popular. And by the way, if you think these consumer grade films are just not worth using or buying, you could be actually pretty wrong. I was just browsing internet on forums and so on, and even not professional but very into the photographic people, hobbyists, they really appreciate these films. Actually, they just, it's better not to think that because these were really inexpensive back in the days, they are really not interesting films. The quality of the picture is not good or so. The quality of the picture on this is not professional, but it has very nice colors, very nice color balance to them. This is a long time film produced by Kodak, so they had plenty enough time to adjust everything and to really get a good product out of it. So definitely get this shop try. And any comments, don't hesitate. And by the way, when you're looking for 35mm cameras, you perhaps, if you have searched already a little bit on internet, you know there are the SLR, which are rather inexpensive these days, except for some lenses. There are the rangefinders, which are getting pretty expensive, and then there are the point-and-shoot cameras. And point-and-shoot cameras, there are quite a few good among them. And perhaps you already know that there are certainly other more high-end, but a very low-end, well, not a low-end, but it was not expensive in the days. The, what's the name again? I'm just having lapses. Olympus Stylus Epic has got crazy in prices now. It's selling 200, 300, perhaps soon $400 on internet, on eBay. You don't have to look for that camera. Honestly, I had that camera and it's far from being that impressive, and it's far from being worth $300 or even $200, not even $100 in my opinion. It's just because it was really compact camera. That's why the people liked it, and because it has f2.8 lenses. But you can get many other cameras off internet for, in US dollars, that would be $20, $30 shipped. Canon, you have Yashica, point-and-shoot cameras. Maybe try not to go with a big zoom one, a 35mm fixed focal length, or even a small zoom one. Not too old. Try to get one from past 1990s, from 1990s to 2000, 2005. Don't get those really old ones because they have electronic problems, and you can get really nice cameras. Point-and-shoot ones is not going to get you to get that mechanical feeling when taking the pictures, but you can get very nice 4x6 or 5x7 pictures. Really, you don't have to spend a lot of money to shoot films these days. I would recommend getting to it. Honestly, I did myself. I have a 35mm camera, and one of the reason I'm using film now, it's because that's just me. I think we are doing kind of a digital photography pollution. We are taking hundreds, if not thousands, of digital photos, and at some point, you just don't actually never look back to these photos, never print them, and it's just too many of them. And I think one of the interesting, if not a little bit weird thing about the 35mm cameras, it will kind of restrain you from taking too many pictures. That's how it was back in the days, and I think that's a good thing. Taking fewer pictures, but nicer pictures, and you will just remember more specifically some occasions, some images. And I think that's one of the reasons why maybe not other people, but I did got back to shoot film with a film camera, 35mm film. This is it. Thanks for your patience. Sorry for the long talk. I was just getting off subject a little bit. But again, Montreal, I do recommend this store. Very nice, very good service, interesting equipment. They have a lot of products, a lot of variety into if you are developing your own black and white film, a lot of choices from many manufacturers, a lot of choices of consumer and pro grade. Thanks for watching.